Let's go. Yo, I'm like an addict, do I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it, fuse like a magnet. Lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind. If you work 8 hours, I'ma work 9. If the shit tastes sour, you should taste mine. I'ma stay in power for a long time. Get up, nah, I ain't a quitter. Toss me the ball, I'm a really big hitter. Big picture, I'm a straight killer. Rising the song to the highest bidder. Got juice, got gas, I'ma move fast. New shoes, new tracks, like who's that? I'm new, come back, better than last. Yeah, it's a new me, never gonna look back. I'm never gonna look back. Cause damn, I was built to last. You move slow and I move fast, and that's facts. Only I can make a change. Slowly take a step today. I will never be the same. Cause that's what it takes.
And so today what we are going to see like how to achieve your CCNP in 2023 and step-by-step guide. So I will guide you from the basic, okay, like how to get your CCNP certification. Just say hi in the chat so that I can see. Okay, hello, hi everyone. So I'm live on 2 platforms today. I think one on YouTube and LinkedIn both. Hopefully, I'm live on both platforms. Let me check just for 1 second. Okay, I'm not sure about LinkedIn. Yeah, I'm live in LinkedIn also. Yes. Okay, hi everyone on LinkedIn and YouTube. Okay, so let's start. Just okay, I'm audible. Okay, so let's start. I'll start from like there are few FAQ questions I'm going to cover today. Okay, so these are frequently asked questions. So if you have any questions, you can put down in the chat. Okay, so let's start from what is CCNP. So by the way, CCNP is a certification from Cisco, and how to get this? CCNP stand for Cisco Certified Network Professional. Okay, and so there are two certifications in the market. Okay, so one is CCNA and one is CCNP. So people start their career with CCNA. Okay, so CCNA is called a Network Associate, Cisco Certified Network Associate, and CCNP stand for Cisco Certified Network Professional. Okay, so what is in demand? Okay, so we'll discuss. Okay, so let's talk about CCNP tracks now. So according to Cisco, like we have multiple tracks in Cisco. Let me show you. So we have CCNP Enterprise, we have Cisco CCNP Security, CCNP Data Center. Okay, so and if you're a fresher, from where should you start? Okay, so this is Cisco website. I'm showing you directly Cisco website. And you guys can see we have CCNP Enterprise, CCNP Data Center, CCNP Security, CCNP Service Provider, CCNP Collaboration, CCNP Cyber Ops Professional, and CCNP DevNet Professional. Okay, so earlier, like CCNA also have multiple tracks, but now we have only one CCNA, which is called CCNA 200-301. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so when we discuss about CCNP Enterprise, so this is more of routing and switching. Okay, the people who want to learn routing and switching in detail, and this is the first track mostly people start with. This is called CCNP Enterprise. Okay, so mainly it deals with routing, switching. Okay, so some topics of wireless and little bit of automation. Okay, so this is the main track, and this is what people should start after CCNA. And after CCNP, if they want to skip CCNP Enterprise, Then there is another track which is CCNP security, but this is not for, I would not say this is good for freshers. If you are a working professional already in the industry from last 4 years, 5 years, then you can start with CCNP security also, because maybe you already know routing switching a lot. Okay, so it has a lot of things like Cisco ASA firewall. Cisco has another firewall which is FTD. Okay, so you are going to learn identity service engine, which is ICE. Okay, and there is a device WSA, web security appliance from Cisco, email security appliance from Cisco. Okay, means in CCNP enterprise, you will focus on routing switching mainly. Okay, so the people who want to learn how to create networks. But if you already know how to create networks, you can go for a CCNP security track, which is has a lot of technologies like ASA, which is firewall threat defense, which is again a firewall, ICE, identity service engine, which is a triple A, or you can say it's the authentication server. Like only the I'll discuss about ICE. So web security appliance, email security appliance. Okay. So then we have a track which is called CCNP data center. Okay. So you guys can put down your questions. Like I can see Prakash asked me one question. So don't worry, I'll cover your questions. So just let me complete these things first in 10-15 minutes. Okay. So we are going for this live session is till 10:30. Okay. So we are going to have a discussion till next 30 minutes. So CCNP data center, we have multiple technologies, but mainly are Nexus devices. Okay, so Nexus devices are Cisco powerful devices. Okay, so let me show you some practical. I'll show you some images. Like if you learn CCNP enterprise, so normally you are going to configure the standard routers in the market, which are called ISR series. Okay, so when you learn CCNP enterprise, so you are going to learn the configurations of these devices. So this is Cisco ISR series, okay, which is called integrated service router. Okay, so normally people learn ISR software or ISR series, and it has a software which is called Cisco iOS. Okay, so mainly when you learn CCNP enterprise, you learn Cisco iOS, which is the operating system of Cisco. Okay, and when it comes to switches, like you are going to learn about Cisco 9300 series switches or 3900 series switches. Okay, so if I show you the switches also, okay, so you are going to mainly configure in companies mostly. I'm telling you the latest technology in 2023. Okay, and these are the switches what you are going to learn in the CCNP enterprise. Okay, so I have my one batch from tomorrow. So I'll discuss after the session if anybody wants to join my CCNP batch from tomorrow. Okay, so now let's talk about what is the CCNP security. So you are going to deploy the firewalls, like you are going to deploy a ASA firewall or FTD firewall. So they look similar like Cisco routers. Okay, but they are very different in nature. Okay, like I'll show you one ASA firewall. Okay, so here is FTD firewall basically. So this is the device FTD firewall which you are going to deploy. And nowadays you can deploy the Cisco firewall in AWS also. Like if you learn about AWS also along with CCNP security, you can deploy a Cisco FTD firewall in Amazon also. So let me show you that also. So this is AWS marketplace. If you already know about AWS, okay, you can deploy. I would highly recommend anyone if you are going for CCNP enterprise or CCNP security, CCNP data center, you can also start learning AWS also, because in future or like you are going to deploy firewalls, routers in the cloud itself. Okay, because after 5 years you guys are not called network engineers, maybe you are going to called cloud network engineers. Okay, so normally as of now we call people network engineers or network security engineers, but a big domain in the market is booming right now, which is called cloud network engineers. Okay, So you can see here we are going to deploy a Cisco firewall in the AWS. Okay, so if you know how to deploy AWS, very simple. You can just have to learn solution architect. Okay, so we'll discuss about cloud. Okay, so now we have ICE, which is again a device from Cisco. You can deploy ICE in the server. Okay, so it's a software which you can deploy in any of the server. Okay, like UC, basically they are called UCM, not UCM basically. So Cisco has a UCX series. Okay, so normally in any server you can deploy ICE. It's a software which you can deploy on many different installations are there. So like you can deploy ICE on like VMware, you can deploy ICE on Microsoft Nutanix. Okay, you can deploy ICE on direct KVM also, which is like the open source virtualization software in the market. So when it comes to Cisco and other technologies, which is WSA, ESA, so you guys can deploy those things also in the so they come also as a hardware and also like so this is email security appliance. So you can see this is a server only. So these are technologies what you hear here, ICE, WSA, ESA. So you can deploy in the virtual environment or you can deploy on one single box also, which is like one physical hardware also. Okay, and you can deploy again the same things in the server. If you go to AWS marketplace, again you search here Cisco, maybe ICE, so you will get an option to deploy the Cisco ICE in the cloud also. You can see here in the AWS marketplace, you can deploy a Cisco identity service engine, but there is a catch here. It is written over here BYOL, which is bring your own license. Okay, so on cloud, it is going to charge us 0.68 per hour. Okay, so roughly it is like $20 approx a day. Okay, you can deploy ICE in this. So it will ask you, okay, that how much RAM you need, okay, and where you want to deploy this firewall or ICE you want to deploy in Asia Pacific, Mumbai, or you want to deploy in Hong Kong. Okay, so this is how. So CCNP security is a good deal. Like if you already know routing switching very much, if you are already working professional for like from last 4 5 years, okay. And even if you are learning CCNP enterprise with us or maybe from anywhere, like you need to understand the AWS at least nowadays. Okay, so now it comes to CCNP data center. Okay, so in CCNP data center, we have devices called Nexus. Okay, and Nexus is a big series which is used by data center. Means they are not normal devices. They have very advanced features, which is like a different technology. You can see there are different protocols in these data center environment. Okay, so let me show you. Okay, so when you learn CCNP data center, so you are going to deploy these devices. They are called Nexus, and you are going to work on a different software from Cisco, which is NX Okay, so this is just a slight difference. Okay, but directly, if any fresher will directly learn Nexus, he is going to get little difficulties. Okay, because Nexus labs are very high. You are not able to do too much labs. Okay, so uh, like obviously CCNP security and CCNP data center, you can choose either of these if you are a working professional. But if you are a fresher in the IT or like you just completed your CCNA, then go for CCNP enterprise, and then after that go for the security track and the another track which is data center. So as I mentioned, we have another platforms also, but normally like people start three domains: enterprise, data center, and security. So if you are into service provider, like you want to get into any service provider company, okay, so I do not recommend directly again go for service provider, because in service provider you are going to work on Cisco ASR series now. Cisco has a different categories, and now I'll show you the big leaders or big devices in the market, which is CCNP or And trust me, if you guys learn CCNP very well, you do not need CCI trainings. Okay, because 90% of your syllabus of CCI is your CCNP syllabus only, because people spend money in CCNP and then they go for CCI. 90% of your CCI syllabus is CCNP. Okay, so if you learn CCNP very well, maybe you do not require CCI training. Okay, directly then after you can directly prepare for your labs. Okay, so this is CCNP service provider, and you are going to deploy the Cisco ASR series, which is the like big devices in the market, which is aggregation services or aggregation services router. Okay, and the operating system we use is iOS XR. iOS XR. So can you see the difference? Okay, so in all three domains, okay, like in service provider, okay, so in enterprise and also in the data center, we have different software also, and there are different commands also. But if your foundation knowledge is very strong, so if you are good at normal what we call routing, you are good at switching, then easily you are going to learn Nexus also, because Nexus is also a switch. Okay, because we deploy, because so when you learn CCNP enterprise, so you are going to learn some topics like spanning tree protocol, you are going to learn about ether channel. Okay, so you are going to learn about various other technologies, okay, like HSRP, VRRP, GLBP. Okay, so you are going to learn a lot of stuff in CCNP enterprise, and that makes the foundation of any network. Because whenever you see any network, so routing and switching, router and switches make the network. Then security, data center, all these are like advanced technologies. So you need to be very good at in routing and switching at least. But routing switching is not the key today to get success in the network domain today. Okay, so if you are just a CCNA or CCNP, do not feel like you are the boss now, because CCNP is now just a normal thing in the network today, because routing and switching is just a normal thing. But yes, it's good for freshers, and everyone should now learn CCNP at least, because CCNA has very limited content today. Okay, so if you learn only CCNA, then it can help you to get a basic IT job, but not, maybe you will not get a core networking job. Okay, so this is, I'm talking about according to the Indian market. Still, maybe in US or Canada or Australia, still CCNA is more valid after Network Plus. Okay. So now, what is the difference between CCNA versus CCNP? Uh, so basically, CCNA is like entry level network engineer certification. Okay, and the CCNP is your professional level, pro level network engineer certification. Okay, and now directly you can prepare for your pro level. You do not have to give CCN exam, but yes, you have to learn CCNA still now. Okay, so you cannot skip CCNA. Still, you have to learn first CCNA, and after that you have to go for CCNP enterprise. Okay, and this is my recommendation. You can join CCNP enterprise if you are a beginner, and if you are not a beginner, already you know routing switching, then you can choose maybe CCNP security or maybe CCNP data center. This is going to be good track for you. Okay, so let me write down here: experienced. Okay, at least even if you have 1 or 2 year experience in the networking domain, so these certifications will help you. But as a fresher, if you directly do these courses after direct CCNA, this would be not better for you. Okay, because if they ask you HSRP, and suppose you learn CCNP security, and if you don't know HSRP, maybe they will not take your uh, interviews. Okay, because people start asking interview questions from OSI model, then they ask some subnetting questions, and they ask about ARP, or maybe they ask about ICMP, what is trace route, what is DHCP, what is DNS. Okay, so after you crack 1 or 2 rounds of interview, then they go for OSPF, they go for BGP, Then they might go for MPLS also if you are applying for network engineer jobs. And if you apply for network security jobs, they are going to ask you again from the OSI model, subnetting basics, okay, ARP, IP header, Ethernet header, and all. And then they may go further with the firewalls, like about what is stateful, what is stateless firewall. So, what is the difference? What is IPsec protocol? And what is cryptography? What is hashing? So, maybe they are going to ask these questions if you go for the CCNP security track. Okay, so now this is the first. I hope you got the point now. What is CCNP? So CCNP is a professional level certification after CCNA, and if you see the market, still how many jobs are there? You can go to any job portal in the market today, like if you go for Indeed and all. Okay, but doing the course is not going to help you only. You need to learn in such a way so that you are able to crack it. This is very important. Okay, because you are going to make career in this field and you need to be little serious about your learning track. Okay, if you are already in the market, like from last 5 years, 10 years, then you can learn from YouTube, you can learn from different platforms, or you can buy videos from different platforms. So it's okay if you're already working, but if you are starting your journey, you need a helping hand who can help you to get a job, right? Okay, so this is the first question, and after that, CCNP tracks are covered. Like we have enterprise, security, data center, and service provider. So we have few other tracks also. Okay, like collaboration is mainly for what we call IP telephony. Okay, like if you want to deploy a video conferencing system in the company, or you want to deploy IP phones in the market, but this domain is actually declining nowadays because everyone is having their Zoom meetings, they're using Microsoft Teams. So that's why collaboration is little declining as of now. But maybe if Cisco do a lot of innovation in this technology, maybe it will again boom up. But right now, many people are changing their jobs from collaboration to security or maybe to cyber security. Okay, this is what the trend is in the market today. So cyber ops professional is a very new certification. People are not going for the certification. So this is like I'm not saying it is bad right now. Obviously, it's a good certification, but in cyber security, there are many big leaders in the market, like offensive security, OSCP, EC Council is still dominating the market of cyber security. So cyber security Cisco certifications are not in the um, #1 or #3, #2, #3 category. But yes, now if it comes to the network automation, Cisco is leading the market again. So you can become a network automation engineer after CCNP Enterprise. You guys can go for CCNP DevNet, which is very advanced certification. It is not easy to learn because you need a programming knowledge. So if you're a fresher, definitely after getting some experience in the networking, you should start CCNP DevNet. Okay, but those who are experienced professionals, they can go for CCNP data or sorry DevNet after these knowledge. Okay, if you already have routing knowledge, if you already have security knowledge, data center knowledge, then you can start learning CCNP DevNet. Okay, and we also teach people DevNet certifications and courses. Okay, so DevNet, what is DevNet? DevNet is basically development and networking. Okay, DevNet, and you are going to learn how to automate the network devices. Okay, so they have a lot of modules. Okay, so if you are already good at enterprise, you are going to learn this exam, which is an auto. Okay, if you are already good at service or maybe service provider, you are going to learn this module, SP auto. If you are good at data center, you are going to learn this module, which is DC auto. If you are good at security, you are going to learn the S auto, which is security automation. This is for what we call collaboration automation. This is for DevOps. Okay, so they are also making for IoT also, which is a development of Internet of Things. So these are very fancy certifications, I would say right now. But people after CCNP Enterprise, they can go for N auto, and also if they have the data center knowledge, they can go for DC auto. Okay, so this is the market trend. Okay, so If you are from the service provider industry, then you can go for CCNP DevNet. Okay, service provider. If you are from data center, you can go for DevNet. And if you are from enterprise, you can also go for CCNP DevNet Enterprise. Okay, so this is the step. So how you can start with CCNP? Like if anybody wants to learn CCNP Enterprise, okay, so now if I talk about my live training, so we have one batch from tomorrow. So if anybody is interested, they can join my batch. Okay, so I'm taking a batch right now, which is CCNP Enterprise. Okay, and it has two modules, which is Encore and NRC. So I'm starting with an RC module, and the people who have done CCNA with me, or they have done CCNA from somewhere else, okay, they can join this batch, but not freshers. So freshers can start with us with from CCNA batch, okay, CCNA live batch. So CCNP Enterprises and Core and RC, and I'm starting an RC batch today, tomorrow, which will start from EAGRP, OSPF, BGP. Lot of topics are there. Okay, so maybe I'll do a YouTube live tomorrow also. I'm not sure. Okay, but if you get a chance, you can watch a YouTube session. And if you do not want to wait and you guys want to join this batch, okay, so what I recommend you, you guys can fill. Just hold on, my website is working. Yeah. Okay, so this is the link. Okay, and my batch is starting from Saturday. So from tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, and the timing would be 9:30 p.m. India timing. Okay, so this is Indian Standard Time. Okay, you can convert your 9:30 p.m. India time to whatever you guys are. Okay, whatever time zone you are into, and this class run for around minimum around 2 to 2.5 hours. So you can consider it. It runs from 9:30 to 12 in the night. Okay, so that we will be able to focus. Okay, so this is for the CCNP, and if you guys have doubt regarding the CCNP certification, you can ask me. Ice with GNAC. Okay, so let me show you. So the first question is from Vijay Singh. Cisco data center ACI comes under which course? Okay, so I was telling you, sorry, I missed one thing. So the data center track. Okay, so the data center track, which I was telling you, the Nexus, it has a more different technologies. Like people learn about VXLAN, which is actually very important technology for data center networks, and also like we have Cisco ACI, which is application centric infrastructure, which is like a cloud technology, or you can say controller, not cloud, sorry. So it's a controller who manages all these Nexus devices from one place. Okay, so Vishav Vijay, data center ACI comes under CCNP data center. Yes, we have ACI trainings also in networkings. So do you think CCNP D-Core and ACI has a good demand in the market, especially Shazan? Yes, it has a good demand. Okay, definitely data center is already AWS, or maybe if you check any company, like they still require the data center engineers, and ACI has a very good demand. If you just go to the job portal and search only Cisco ACI, you will definitely see a lot of jobs in Cisco ACI. Okay, so Vishav Vijay, AWS supporting SD-WAN. Yes, SD-WAN is also supported by Vishav. AWS supported by SD-WAN also, or you can say AWS support SD-WAN. So what is SD-WAN basically? So all these track. So there is a technology called SD-WAN, which is in the market today, which has a very good demand. That is okay. Let me share these notes with you. And because I have also shared, if you guys want to join my batch, you can click here and fill the admission form, and my team will get back to you in tomorrow morning. Or also, like you can scan this code, guys, and you will see the notes. Okay, so just scan this code, and you will see my notes. Okay, तो इसको scan कर लो, ये आपको notes मिल जाएंगे. Okay, so whatever I am writing today, so you will see on your screen, okay? And save that link. Okay, so how to get admission on tomorrow batch? Anmol, I have shared this link, so you can fill this form. Okay, so you can see there is a link here. It will redirect the website. It will redirect to our CCNP page, and so those people who are filling this form, they will be getting. So instead of 3 months lab access, they will get 6 months lab access. Okay, so we have a lab access also. Normally, we give this. Okay, so this is how we open the lab access, like racks.n97 like this. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so this is the lab access what we are going to provide for next 6 months if you join our CCNP enterprise. Okay, so it is powered by 𝐊𝐢𝐧𝐠𝐬. Okay, so you do not have to worry about the labs. Okay, directly you can open these. This is 24 by 7. Okay, and there we have also created another website which will show you that status.nwkings.com. Okay, so most of the time the servers are up. Okay, so this is status.nwkings.com. And whenever you join the batches with us, okay, so whenever you feel like there are issues, you can always see all greens from last 30 days. Okay, so we have uptime of almost 97%. Okay, so if you join our CCNP batches, so you can see I'm showing you the uptime because many people are claiming their labs, but like we have more than 97% of uptime, and this is 24 by 7 lab access. Okay, so if you are joining our CCNP batch or maybe CCNP security or SD-WAN, so you can see most of the time they are up. Okay, so because the availability is more important than giving the lab access. Availability is what if like you want to do a lab but you are not getting the labs properly. Okay, so SD-WAN takes a lot of CPU utilization. Okay, I'm not saying that SD-WAN, like or maybe SD-WAN or maybe any labs are, but yes, if you see the cost what we are charging in the market and according to the service we are providing at networkings, so that is definitely VFM, which is value for money. Okay, so you will be able to do a lot of labs which are like very powerful servers, and we have the latest hardware in the market today. Okay, because we deploy the router switches. Okay, so within just 2 seconds, our devices are up because when you do practicals on your laptop, okay, it takes a lot of time and also it kills your hardware also. Okay, so but servers are mainly used for computing, and you can see when you open the devices, already the device is now booted. I just opened the device just 1 second back. Okay, so this is the power of networking slabs about the availability and the speed. Because when you do practicals online, you need speed, right? So you need without a delay, you need a practical. Okay, so we are using internet lease lines, okay, from Airtel and from different good, good vendors, so that you will not see any problem in the labs. Okay, so you will get 6 months lab access for those who are applying. And already, I'm just telling you, already more than 150 students already joined my batch. Okay, so don't worry if you see a lot of people because they love me, they really want to learn from me. That's why more than 150 plus students already joined my batch. Still, it is open because I do not put a restriction. I do not want to put a restriction of 50 guys or 100 because I want more people to learn and so that they will do good in their career. Okay, so that's why I'm not putting in restriction. Okay, so let's go. After CCNP, can we do the Palo Alto firewall? Will that helps? Yes, Antriksh, CCNP is definitely good, and after that Palo Alto firewall you can learn also. Okay, so the same thing like if you learn CCNP, after that also like when you take admission, in networkings, we have one batch which is like Network Engineer Master Program, which is a combination of CCNA, CCNP, and Palo Alto Firewall. So this is the batch. We will provide you live CCNA, live CCNP, all, and everything is live with the doubts clarity. Okay, so people can ask doubts. Okay, because it's not video recordings like that. Okay, so but yes, if you miss any class, you will get a video recording. Thanks, Sagar, for the memberships. Okay, you guys can join our YouTube membership because we deploy like I'm not saying that we are uploading every class in the YouTube membership because it's I think 80-90 rupees per month. But yes, we upload a lot of content which is exclusive, but it does not cover all batches, everything, because our live batches is more than 150 to 200 hours of content. So after doing CCNP certification, will it renew the CCNA certification? Yes, Mukul. If your CCNA is not expired, ओके, अगर आपका सीजन एक्सपायर नहीं हुआ है तो रिन्यू हो जाएगा, अगर एक्सपायर हो गया तो नहीं खत्म हो गया सीजन आपका. ओके, so if your already season is expired, you can't renew, you have to go directly, you can go for CCNP exam now, no need of CCN. Prakash. Okay, Prakash is saying, how can archive CCA written achieve? I think maybe he's trying to say achieve. How can I achieve CCA written and lab both certificates? I already cleared in core specialist. Prakash, you do not need now CCA written because an core exam is now called CCA written. Okay, so no, there is no CCA written now. Directly now you can prepare for CCI lab. Happy choice. Hi, I have done in core already. Can I straight up go for a lab? How easy it is? It's not easy. It's not easy. It is a rigorous 8 hours of exam. Okay, I'm just giving a personal advice to all of you. Okay, so that's your choice you guys want to take. So if you are CCNP, okay, so already you have the 90% knowledge. If you learn from good place, like if you learn from networkings, so we cover almost every topic in detail. So you do not require CCA training. You then go for direct CCA lab exam preparation, batches or boot camps. Okay, then you can directly write CCA lab, and it is a very complex exam, which is like 8 hours of rigorous exam. Okay, so which is highly like investable exam, first of all, because it cost you $1,600. $1,600 का एग्जाम है, इतने में आपके तीनों सीसीएनपी ट्रैक हो जाएंगे. Okay, in that same amount, you will be able to get CCNP Enterprise, you will be able to get CCNP Data Center, okay, you will be able to get CCNP Security. And trust me, the below certifications are more powerful than a single CCI of any track. So suppose if you invest $1,600 in CCI Enterprise, and suppose if you even get CCI, you became a CCI, you get a number, okay, but the people who have all three certifications in the market, maybe there is a chance he is on the same salary or maybe more than salary, because companies are looking for multi-skilled people now rather than the expert of one domain. Okay, so the days are gone. So when only CCI is required, but now that nowadays companies are looking for multi-skilled people, and I have seen lot of CCIs. Like there are a lot of trainers in networkings who are CCI. Now they are after CCI, they are learning Palo Alto, they are learning cyber security. They means they are also upgrading their knowledge. Okay, so rather than investing $1,600 in CCI, okay, so you will get CCNP Enterprise in $700 by giving two exams. Data Center also in $700. Okay, and also like CCNP Security in 700. Because when you go for CCA exam, you have to book flight tickets if you are not from the place where you give CCA exam. Okay, so maybe including your hotel, travel, preparation charges. Okay, it will more cost you. And if you fail the exam, maybe you need a backup. You need to have the money at least for two times. Okay, and the expenses, a lot of other expenses are included, and a lot of time is required. But at the end of the day, the guy who has CCI certification and the guy who is in my CCNP batch has mostly 90% of equivalent knowledge. Like anybody can challenge us, those who are recently CCI, and we can prove you that our CCNP candidate also has the similar knowledge. Okay, so nothing fancy. I'm just giving a straightforward answer. Okay, so CCI is just a hype in the market. Sorry to say, is it's a good certification. Okay, I'm not saying it is bad. Okay, so it's a top level certification. But what I'm trying to say, maybe some people do not require. Okay, some people do not require CCI. So if you have more than 10-year experience, and if your company is asking you to do CCI, then go for it. Okay, but if you have only 2 years experience, 3-year experience, okay, now companies or the training institutes are marketing CCI so well, so because they claim they will give you the best packages in the world after CCI, so that is just a myth. Okay, so it's better to prepare for a multi-track rather than for a CCI in your initial career days. So once you have 10 years, 15 years industry experience, then go for CCI, then it will give you a rewards. Oh man, I'm talking a lot today because when I see a lot of people in my live, because currently 135 people are watching me. Okay, that's why I'm getting too much energy. Entrusting your labs and you are too great in teaching. Thank you, Prakash. So can we do CCNP security without doing? No, no, no. You can't do CCNP security without CCNA. Every CCNP track you have what is CCNP. So just the first line, the upper or the advanced module of CCNA. Simple. So once you do CCNA, then only you can go for CCNP. How many year course of CCNP? Anirudh, so it's not year. Normally it is in months. Okay, like if you go for CCNP enterprise data center, also normally you will be able to complete these courses like within 4 to 5 months, maximum 6 months. Okay, so CCNA and CCNP both will take around 6 to 8 months. Okay. And core done and now planning for SD-WAN, then what kind of certificate will be released? Few says it will be CCA written, few say it will be SD-WAN. Okay, so Prakash, if you clear an core and if you then go for SD-WAN, then you will be called CCNP Enterprise Certified. Okay, so CCNP certified. Okay, I'm just taking the certification from Google. Okay, so we have many students who are CCNP also, but I'm just showing you. So once you clear your CCNP, so you are going to get this certification. Okay, okay, like this. Okay, so this is CCNP Enterprise. Sorry, it's a security certification. Means this kind of certificate you will get from Cisco, and it has a validity of 3 years. Yes, I am live, Anirudh. अभी मैं live हूँ भाई. Okay, so I think, okay, okay, Antriksh, great if you have already joined my batch. Okay, guys, I think the session is over now. Um, do you have any questions or should we close this for today? Okay, I hope you got these notes and if anybody wants to join my batch, so this information is already written here. Okay, so you can fill this form here. Okay, CCNP Enterprise and Core. So my name is Atul Sharma. Okay, so you can find me on LinkedIn also. So after CCNA, can we learn AWS or CCNP? Naveen, like if you want to become a network engineer, then learn CCNP. And if you want to get into any IT job, then you can learn CCNA, AWS, Linux, combination of multiple courses. What is the passing rate of CCNA? So you have to get around 825 marks out of 1000. So means you need to pass your exam with 80% approx. So do we have any CCI lab course? Yes, we do have CCI Enterprise. Naveen, my team will get back to you on the fee structure. Okay, they will help you about the fee structure. You just have to fill this form and my team will get back to you. Okay, so because we first have to check your profile and then we will suggest is the course is good for you or not. Okay, thanks everyone. I hope you got the point of CCNP today. Okay, so like now if you guys want to go for CCNP Enterprise or data center, okay, so you can go to our channel. Okay, and then you go to networkings and you can search here. Suppose you want to get into data center, so you can write here CCNP data center, and then you can watch our some videos, and you will get to know okay how we teach, how are the labs, okay, and you will get more confidence in joining the batches. I would highly recommend everyone who want to join any batch, so they can watch the live sessions. And like today we recently started 14 firewall batch. So today we also started a live batch of AWS. We have a like tomorrow I think we are running SD-WAN, and currently Windows Server batch is going on. Okay, and I have one batch tomorrow, and this is the demo session. If anybody wants to see my demo class, I've already taken an introduction class of access control list. Okay, so this is the demo if you guys want to see. Okay, so you can scan this code, you can scan this barcode, and you will get the notes for today. Okay, the topics or the discussions we did today. Okay, thank you all. Bye bye. Good night. See you in the next live session. Okay, so you guys can visit this website nwkings.com, which is networkings. Thank you. Bye bye. Signing off.